So welcome back to my channel. It has been just under 2 weeks that I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in my lower spine. And it came as a bit of a shock because we don't have arthritis in our family. There's no sort of point of reference here. And what was it caused by? Wear and tear. I'm 53 this year. I've always led a very active life, and because I have always been a strong person, I haven't waited for people to help me lift heavy objects. I also had a very outdoorsy job where I did lift heavy objects, and I did them on my own because I could. And now it has come and bitten me in my bottom. But nevertheless, it's something that we have got to deal with. And it meant changing certain things in my life. So I went out there and did my research. And this is something that I always tell people: if you've got a decision that you need to make in your life, or a path that you need to follow in your life, go out there and do the research, because it's all there at our fingertips nowadays. You know, when we were younger, we had to go to the library and look in the encyclopedia. Well, we don't have to do that anymore. It's all out there. You just need to go and find it. And then you take what's pertinent in your life and you apply it. It's as easy as that. So I went out there and I found some jewels of wisdom, and I have applied them to my life in the last 2 weeks, and it has been an incredible journey, really, really incredible. 2 weeks ago, I had pain at a level 9 out of 10. It would start sort of just underneath my shoulder blades, and it would go right down into my back. It would intensify where the actual arthritis is in the small of my back. It would go down into my bottom and into my thighs. At times it would get so bad that it would feel like it was going into my knees. So I decided I wanted to go the natural route, because if I didn't sort out my internal environment, adding chemicals would be just that. I would just be adding chemicals upon chemicals upon chemicals, and I would imagine that it would just be stronger medication and stronger medication and stronger medication, because my internal environment would stay the same. So the first thing that was suggested was to sort out the acidity and alkalinity within your body, because this is something I know from cancer, is that disease loves acidic environments. And it finds it very difficult to grow in alkaline environments. So how do we make our bodies more alkaline? We exercise, because blood and oxygen brings alkalinity into our bodies. But with having arthritis, and especially with having it in my lower spine, exercise becomes questionable because you are so sore. And anybody who suffers from arthritis in their lower body, and I would imagine arthritis even in your hands, would make you not want to exercise. But it just makes you, I remember times when I would phone my yoga instructor and just say to her, "Debs, I can't do this today. My back is just too sore. I just cannot get onto that mat today." And yet sitting and not exercising was actually the worst thing that I could have done for myself. So I got back to yoga, and it was wonderful because everybody was happy to see me. But we've been closed for the Christmas season, and for most of the Christmas season I have been beaten because I have had to get my stock, and I've been painting because I've had to get my stock done. And then after Christmas I've needed to get that stock sorted out, my New Year's stock sorted out. So I've spent a lot of time just sitting, and it has made it worse and worse and worse, to the stage where I actually did go and see a doctor about it and got the diagnosis. So I got back to yoga, and it was incredible because we just did very basic yoga. We did the triangle pose over and over and over again. She just kept on putting us into triangle pose, and we'd do another yoga pose and back into triangle pose. And I left yoga that day feeling like $1 million. I really did. I felt stretched out. I literally felt like my joints had been pulled apart, and it just gave it such relief. But the next day I felt even better. So we will not be skipping yoga again, even if our back is sore. Because she also says, if your back is sore, do this instead of doing this. So she gives us the heads up. And I've started swimming again. Swimming is another exercise because it's weightless. And I just do lengths. I just swim up and down, just do lengths. And then when my Great Dane gets a bit too crazy about the fact that I'm in the pool and he thinks I'm drowning, which doesn't say much for my stroke, but then I will sit in front, I will just hold on to the side and just kick, and as long as he can sort of touch my hand, it seems to be fine. And then everybody was saying the rebounder, which is that little mini trampoline, and I was a little bit confused about this to begin with because I didn't know how jumping would improve my lower spine and hips. So, but I bought one because I'm open for this. So I bought one and I started jumping. And it is not as easy as it looks, believe me. I started off with 25 and they call the jump of life. And it is literally just taking your feet off this little mini trampoline and back on again. It's just a very tiny jump. And I'm hoping to get a lot better on it, but you know, we knew at this game, so we're taking little steps at the moment. And I started off by just doing sort of 25 of these little things at a time. It's in my work environment, so I just jump on it when I get up to go and do something. And then I built it up to 125 per session. And I might go to 150, but I don't think I'm going to go further than that. Otherwise, I will spend all day on that because it is quite fun and it does help. So what it is that the springs take the pressure for you. And it really gives you quite a good workout. I woke up the next day and I could feel the muscles in my stomach that haven't worked for a while and my neck that haven't worked for a while. And I could feel the muscles up my spine that need to strengthen. It's quite incredible. That sort of jumpy movement it's not a jarring movement. It's a smooth jumpy movement. Also made my stomach work, and it sounds really odd what I'm going to say now, but it exercised my bladder. My bladder just feels sort of tighter in the couple of days that I've been using it. So I'm looking really forward to making it part of my everyday routine. So I follow a woman whose name is Barbara Niel, and it's where I get a lot of my information from. She's a healer, and an incredible healer. She's quite alternative, but her stuff works, it just works. And one of the things that she suggested was to use compressions and poultices. So I tried her ginger poultice yesterday, and it was quite incredible. She warns you that it feels like it's going to burn, and it does feel like it's burning. It feels like it's almost like it's heating up. I just put it on my lower spine, sort of where my hips and my spine meet, because that is where I feel most of the pain. And it actually draws the inflammation out. And she says that that's what that sort of burning feeling is. But I tell you what, I felt so much better afterwards. She does warn, however, that using it too often is not a good thing. Use it for about 3-4 hours and then take it off. It's not one of those that you can sleep with, like a Castor Oil poultice that you can actually sleep with and wear all day. It's not going to burn anything. She tells a story about a woman who wore one on her knee for like 3 days and ended up with blisters on her skin. So it is advisable only to leave it on for a couple of hours, but it really does help. The hot cold therapy is brilliant, absolutely and utterly brilliant. Now, because mine is in my spine, I do mine in the shower. So I will put the hot water on in the shower, as hot as I can take it. Obviously, I'm not going to burn myself, but as hot as I can take it. And I just bend over in the shower and let it go over my back. And because we've got such good water pressure, it actually almost feels like a little massage. And then I will stand there for the 3 minutes, because the heat only lasts for 3 minutes, only works for 3 minutes. And then I will put it on full bore cold water for 30 seconds, because the cold only lasts for 30 seconds. And then I will do the hot again for 3 minutes, cold again for 30 seconds, 3 times. And then, of course, I just go and stand under the cold shower, because that's how I end my shower. I let the cold water just run from top to toe, because it just feels like, especially in summer, it just refreshes you. And then I will get out of the shower and carry on with my normal routine. But it really, really does help. And then once I'm finished, I am a great fan of castor oil. I've actually done a video on the benefits of castor oil, and it helps with all sorts of things, from thinning hair to hair growth to, I use it on my stomach. So I will take castor oil, rub it into my hands and rub it into my stomach, and sort of massage my gut with it, massage my lower gut and my colon with it. And then I'll put a little bit in my belly button, and also works wonders. Sort of once a week I put it into my hair and just give my hair a good mask with it. I will put it on my skin and give my skin a good mask with it, and I have really noticed the improvement. I mean, you can see I started getting this, going right back, and you can see all the new hair here. I actually wish I'd taken photographs, because it has been incredible. My hair has thickened so much since I've been, and I only do it once a week. Of course, I don't use it on my eyebrows because I don't want big bushy eyebrows. But I'm sure if you've got thinning eyebrows, it would really help for that too. But once I'm out of the shower, I got a bit waylaid there. Once I'm out of the shower, and I do this regularly throughout the day, I just looked at this and I thought, okay, ginger is an anti-inflammatory, and it actually draws the inflammation out of you. Castor oil is an anti-inflammatory, and it helps so much with my gut. Surely if I mix the two and rub it on my back, it'll help. And wow, did it. Now, I'm sure I'm not the first person to discover this, because I make these discoveries, and I think I am the first person to discover it. Then I find out that everybody knows about it. But rubbing the castor oil and the ginger oil. So what I do is I take a tablespoon of castor oil and I put just like 3 drops of ginger oil in. So I basically use the castor oil like a carrier oil for the ginger. And I rub my hands together, and I can rub my own back. If you can't, get somebody to help you. But I put the castor oil on the place where my back spasm is the worst, where the muscle is also in spasm because of the arthritis, which is way down here. So I will rub all over, into my bottom. If it's going into my thigh, and within, I could notice a difference almost 24 hours later, but within 3 days, the pain in my upper back had disappeared. And I found that it was sort of just where the actual arthritis is, in the small of my back, and sort of down into my coccyx. So I have continued to do that, and I constantly do it during the day. If I feel like, my back is starting to feel a little bit icky, I will do it then. When I have exercised and I'm stiff from exercise, I will also do the castor oil and the ginger oil. I just feel that it's better than taking an anti-inflammatory or a spasmodic medication. It's better for my stomach, it's better for my joints. It's just better all round to use natural products, in my opinion, than it is to put chemicals into our bodies. Okay, so let's look at the foods that we can eat, because food is the major reason for the acidity or the alkalinity in our bodies. So let's start off with talking about the food that creates acidity in our bodies. So it is meat, number one. And fortunately, that wasn't too much of a game changer for me, because I am a vegetarian. So giving up meat wasn't a huge thing for me, because I already have given it up. But giving up the dairy products, because I still do eat dairy products, was somewhat of a game changer. I normally start my day with 3 cups of coffee, and they're normally cappuccinos, so there's quite a bit of milk in those 3 cups of coffee. That I had to stop, because not only is the milk very acidic, so is the coffee. I also used to put cheese on everything, and that is a big no-no, so I've had to stop eating the cheese. You can eat like feta and sheep and goat cheese. I'm not a huge fan of goat cheese, but I do eat feta every now and then. If I make a salad, I'll put some feta on it. And basically your fast foods and your junk foods, your processed meats, your processed baked goods, your fast foods. It's just so easy to stop at the drive-thru and grab something to eat for the family, to order a pizza. But it causes huge amounts of acidity in our bodies, which allows all sorts of nasties to grow. The other thing is alcohol and, of course, tobacco increases acidity in our bodies immensely. Things that promote alkalinity in our bodies are green vegetables, your kale, your spinach, your cabbages, Brussels sprouts. I don't like Brussels sprouts, so I don't eat them, but there's more than enough green veggies that I can eat. Fruits, nuts. This is one thing that really surprised me. So nuts, you can eat almond nuts and you can eat Brazil nuts. The rest of them cause acidity. You can eat all sorts of seeds, all different types of seeds and ancient grains. Things like spelt and millet. Beans, you can eat lima beans and lentils with your legumes. The rest of them are all acidic forming. And then, of course, natural organic soy. If it has been processed, it becomes acidic. If it is organic and natural, then it is alkaline. Lots of water. So basically, if you eat raw vegetables, fruits, your almonds, unfortunately I'm allergic to almonds, so I can't eat them, but I do eat a lot of seeds. I eat a lot of pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, I eat chickpeas, all those type of things can promote the alkalinity in your body. So now I'm going to give you a real shocker. Vegetables that cause acidity in your body are nightshade vegetables. And because I'm a vegetarian, I eat quite a bit of salad, so I put in things like tomato and pepper, and then potato. So before I became a vegetarian, for me, a really healthy meal would be a protein, a lean protein, so a chicken breast or a piece of salmon, with your salad, where you would have your tomato and your pepper, and a baked potato or a boiled potato. And it turns out all that was really good for you was the salmon and maybe the kale or the baby spinach that you made the salad with. That wasn't causing acidity in your body. Now, it doesn't mean that you're never allowed to eat these things ever again in your life. It doesn't mean that now that you've got arthritis and you need to look at balancing your alkalinity and your acidity in your body, that you're never allowed to have another slice of bread, that you're never allowed to have cheese in your life again, that you're never allowed to eat meat again. It just means that while you're getting your body ready and able to fight the arthritis, that you stay away from these type of foods. It is always advisable to stay away from junk food and fast foods and sugar, because sugar is a pure acid. When you eat sugar, you are putting pure acid inside your body. So it's always advisable to stay away from those type of foods. And you will see that you'll be able to manage your weight in a healthy manner by giving up those type of foods. But it doesn't mean, of course, that your body will tell you. I used to find that if I ate sugar, the joints in my hands used to hurt. To a stage where I said to my husband, I'm sure I've got arthritis in my hands because they are so sore. Where it felt like I was retaining water in my hands and that my joints were grating together. And that's exactly what it was. It was my body saying to me, we don't like all this sugar. And since I've stopped eating so much sugar, and I will have dessert if we go to a lovely restaurant and they have creme brulee on the menu. I'll spoil myself and have dessert. I just won't do it every night. I will do it once in a blue moon. And it doesn't mean that I'm never going to eat cheese again. I will have cheese, but I will do it once in a blue moon. My daily routine will not incorporate cheese into it. So there we go, there we have it. If you've enjoyed this video, if you have found it informative, or if you have found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Share with anybody that you think may benefit from seeing any of this. Truly, incorporating these steps into my daily routine just over the last 2 weeks has been phenomenal for me. I have seen a massive difference, and I tell you that living without pain, because you don't realize how much pain you actually are living in until you're living without it, has not only made me a happier person, it has made me more energetic, and it's just made me feel better about me and me inside me, and it has made me want to take the steps because I feel better about everything around me. And subscribe if you want to hear more from me. And if you ring the little notification bell and you click the all button, you'll be notified of all my videos. And I don't just talk about arthritis, although it is a topic of conversation that I will touch on relatively often because it is something that I'm experiencing. And if I have any pearls of wisdom to share with you, I most definitely will. And I also talk about basically aging and growing old gracefully, and all the things that we have to deal with as we do grow old gracefully. And until we meet again, may you be blessed and may you be abundantly healthy. Thank you, and thank you for joining me. Bye.